guys, restocker bringing you another pro Dota commentary, and today I'm bringing you a game between Misery and Kuroky. This is an EEDL game, which stands for European Elite Dota League, which is similar to Dota Pride. And for those of you who are wondering, I am recasting this game. I had finished casting this game last week, but I have no idea where my saved render files are, so I'm going to be recasting this game. It's been a week, so I really don't remember what happened in this game, so it should still be authentic. To be honest, I can't even remember who won this game, so there won't be any biased commentaries or anything like that. So without further ado, let's talk about the bans real quick. Misery had the first ban. He banned Alchemist. Kuroky banning Broodmother and Storm right after. Kuroky following it up with a Visage and Earthshaker, and a Doom being banned for Kuroky. Misery as the final ban. I'm just gonna want to talk about the bans for Misery real quick. Alchemist, Visage, and Doom have all been on the chopping block ever since they've been available in Captain's mode. Alchemist a phenomenal ganker, Visage just an imba carry, and that Soul Assumption, he can spam that in team fights late game like no tomorrow with a 4-second cooldown. And Doom just the instant counter to everybody. Earthshaker needs no introduction. That Echo Slam Dagger combo is just OP late game. And looks like Kuroky's banned Chen and Pugna as his last two bans, and it looks like he's gone for a very anti-push bans. He's got Broodmother who can push, Storm who can push, Chen, the infamous early mid-game pusher, and Pugna is also a very potent pusher. Broodmother obviously able to play a variety of roles. Can babysit, can lane control, can carry, can push, can do a lot of things. And I noticed that Misery's first pick was Windrunner. Usually you want to get a support hero like Venge, as Kuroky's opted to get, or Crystal Maiden, maybe a Lion. So very interesting to see Windrunner as the first pick. Looks like Kuroky's got Venge and hexOr, two phenomenal gankers, probably in the top tier gankers in the game. Two of the top tier gankers, and then Misery's followed that up with a Crystal Maiden and Panda, two more solid picks. Crystal Maiden and Panda is a very good lane. Crystal Maiden can just Nova Frost, set up Panda for a clap, and then Frostbite if needed, and they can bank a lot of kills. So we'll see if Panda Crystal Maiden is the lane to beat wherever the hell they go. Meanwhile, it looks like Kuroky's opted to pick Morphling and Necrolyte. And at this moment, I would like to point out that Kuroky is the J010662 player. So Kuroky's not going under Nick Kuroky, but some random crap. And hexOr is also in this game, and that's one of the reasons why I want to commentate this game, even though it's pretty old now. One of my fans even remembered all the players that were in the game. He remembered hexOr, at least hexOr and Kuroky, and he really wanted me to commentate this game. So I'm gonna, keep my fans happy and commentate this game for you guys, or else I would have picked another game to commentate by now. Anyways, March is also in this game. I haven't really seen March play that much, even though he's been on Nirvana for a really long time. He's one of the best support players in the game. So definitely very interested to see March and representing Canada, good old Canada, my homeboy. Anyways, very interested to see who Misery's last two picks are gonna be here. Looks like they're gonna pick another carry. They have Windrunner, and then they got Panda, Crystal Maiden. So probably gonna see another carry and a support. Slardar is the next pick, so we'll see who the next pick's gonna be. It's probably gonna be a babysitter for Slardar, considering Windrunner is most likely gonna be the solo. Crystal Maiden's probably gonna be going with Panda, and Slardar should. We'll see if they get a support like Dazzle or Warlock, or if they get a more offensive support like Witch Doctor, because Slardar, if you get a more offensive support like Witch Doctor, Slardar can actually bank a lot of kills rather than getting support like Warlock or Dazzle, who are slightly more defensive. And yep, they get Lion. Lion is a perfect babysitter for Slardar. He can set him up for some kills. If the other team gets a bit too aggressive, they can just go in and polish off heroes thanks to the massive amount of disables that they have here through Lion's Impale, Voodoo, and Slardar's Stun. Meanwhile, I want to speed up the pick here. Looks like Kuroky's got quite a bit of time, so very interested to see who their last pick is going to be. They can go with anyone, you know. They got Venge, hexOr, Morphling, three pretty good ganking heroes, or Morphling basically has a blink that deals damage while he comes into the fight. Witch Doctor is the last pick, so not a bad choice at all. And we'll see who plays what here. hexOr most likely going to be playing the Morphling, and yes, he is. Excuse me, it looks like Venge has a very early set of Observer Wards. Probably going to go place that somewhere. hexOr most likely going to be soloing. Dollar playing hexOr. Witch Doctor Kev, very solid support player, and Kuroky's on the Necrolyte. Meanwhile, it looks like Windrunner is mid, and at top it looks like it's going to be Fear and the Crystal Maiden player. Not too sure who that is. Meanwhile, at looks like Panda's going bottom, so Crystal Maiden most likely going to be going bottom as well. Misery on the Slardar and March on the Lion. Venge putting a very early Observer Ward here just to help her mid solo, which most likely is going to be hexOr. And hexOr getting a Stout Shield, very heads up play. Stout Shield's going to allow hexOr to lane much better against Windrunner and survive that harass that much better. He is going to get harassed quite a bit despite having that Stout Shield, but that's definitely going to help him out in the long run. Meanwhile, it looks like Venge has ventured to bottom, and Morphling and Witch Doctor are now with her. We'll see if Crystal Maiden's got to be really careful here. And if she even peeks out a little bit, she's going to get picked off. It looks like they are going to camp the rune spot, and they see the regen rune at bottom. So a bit unfortunate for March and Slardar, March and Misery here. So it looks like no rune there, and it looks like hexOr can opt to go get that rune if he gets harassed a bit too much. Windrunner most likely will never have to leave this lane. She's not going to get harassed too much. She does have a salve instead of tangles. And it looks like hexOr is going to have to get that early Viper Pig just to help him stay in the lane. It looks like Windrunner has skilled Windrun at level 1, which is pretty interesting. Knowing that she can, last hit pretty effectively without Power Shot, no need for a Shackle Shot, just getting Windrun in case that there are any incoming ganks. And that's a very smart thing to do. You shouldn't level up your skills until you get into the lane and you know the opponents on the other team. Of course, when you have heroes like Lion and Sven, you want to get the Impale, the Stormbolt, things like that. But, anyways, it looks like a very nice Impale going off online. And, Venge throwing a very nice stun on Slardar before Kuroky gets picked off. And if the Venge player, who's Alex from Unique, was any slower, Kuroky would have gotten taken down there. If Misery landed one more hit on Kuroky. So very heads up stun from the Venge player, and a very nice attempt from Misery and March. Meanwhile, bottom, I'm assuming bottom is going to get first blood here, because Witch Doctor can just Maledict, and as long as Morphling waves in and deals the damage, they can just own Crystal Maiden instantly. So they've got to be really careful that Witch Doctor Maledict can definitely just do a huge amount of damage, and it looks like Crystal Maiden using her Nova for us to harass Morphling. Morphling does have pretty low range. It's kind of hard to last hit without getting harassed back from the Crystal Maiden, but of course Witch Doctor doing a very nice job of harassing the Panda player as well. It looks like hexOr has been getting his ass raped and is going to go grab the regen rune now. Windrunner Pajkatt 6 and 5 against dollars 4-0 hexOr, so already taking a slight lead, especially in the denied department. Meanwhile, March 1 and 1, Slardar 7 and 1 against Kuroky's 5 and 2, so more or less the same. Meanwhile, at bottom, it looks like there's some more action going on. Crystal Maiden has to be really careful. She's really venturing out a bit too far. If Witch Doctor just gets a really nice cask off and Morphling waveforms in, as I said earlier, she is going to get owned, especially if there's no Panda.